art from within is a way of paying attention to and expressing some of those more, whether we call it background or unconscious or intuitive, sort of perceptions and feelings. So the first thing to explain is that this isn't drawing like, there's a time at school when we're about, I think it's probably about 8 or 9 or 10, when we're told that we're only allowed to draw if we're talented. I mean, do you remember that time, when actually you're only allowed to continue drawing, even if you really enjoy it, if you have a talent for it, So the sort of cultural instruction there really is only draw if you're good at it. And it's terribly sad, actually, because at primary school, if you think back to primary school, well, kids are given crayons as a means of expressing themselves, from day one, almost as the primary means, and have fun, and we all did it, kind of thing. And then suddenly the crayons were taken away at some point. So this is kind of giving back the crayons and saying, well, actually, this is art as we did it when we were 5 or 6.
I had no idea where I was going to go with mine when I started. So it was kind of just kind of thinking, okay, done that now how does that lead into the next bit, and kind of is it developing over time? Yeah. No, I knew what I was going to say, but the story developed as I was drawing.
Yes.
And then when I'd got to the end of the story, and then I just fine-tuned it a bit.
My challenge was, how do you get consumers to go beyond the obvious answer of, where do you drink water because I'm thirsty? Yeah. And the image that came is a stuck door, and then I decided to add a doorstop to it. That's a doorstop, by the way.
Its roots are connected to the Surrealists. So I don't know if you remember, about the Surrealist artists who started to paint in a way which would reflect the unconscious, really, rather than the conscious mind. And so if you think of people like Salvador Dali, he painted things which were not real, not in the outside world, but which were images that had come from inside his own mind, but which are very expressive. So you look at them and they're not real things that you recognise, and yet you have a sense of recognition looking at them because they sort of reflect inner realities that we all share.
You have your comfort, stretch and panic zones.
Yes.
And I was probably more into my panic zone because for me, words. If somebody was to give me a piece of paper, I could fill it up with words, and that's just how different. But then I thought, just go with it. You don't know until you try. You think you don't like it. But when was the last time I drew? Probably about 5-10 years ago. Just never something I would consider.
One of our agendas in a group is very much about self-presentation and how we're seen, and that is the case for everybody. So when we're participating in a group, we're very busy, engaged with the process of self-presentation. And art from within just allows people to go inside and sort of underneath all that chatter, all that concern, if you like, with how you're presenting, and sort of just reflect for yourself, or what do I really feel, what do I really think.